This is, to me, the most important part. Like, you have all this information and it matters not if you don't have permission to use it. Doesn't matter what you know if you don't have permission inside to embrace the new you. We can talk about the new you. Like, yeah, it's something over there. But giving yourself permission, it's almost like choosing to become a parent. The parent you wish you had. The lover you wish you had. The partner you wish you had. The friend you wish you had. So, permission to embrace the new you. You got to ask yourself some questions. Is this a good time? Is this a good time to be healed? Is this a good time to be vulnerable? Is this a good time? Right? Can you allow yourself to be the new post-traumatic you? Is it safe? So often, the trauma we endure is caused by people who love us, who have some kind of authority over us, right? That we kind of have to pretend like everything's okay to stay safe. So whatever trauma we've endured, it's going to have to wait. And so permission to be the new you has to take into consideration, is this a safe time to do this? Is this a good time to heal, right? Like, again, trauma means wound. So if it's a physical wound, you put Band-Aids, you put gauze, like some wounds are too big for Band-Aids. Maybe it's you got stabbed, or maybe it's a gunshot, right? And you don't have time to go to the emergency room. You can't make it to the emergency room. It's not safe to go to the emergency room and get the help you need. And so you pack it with gauze, and you pack it with this, and you wrap it, and you hold it, and you're pressing on it and trying to make sure you don't bleed out, right? That you need to behave in a way that I'm fine. I'm okay, I'm fine. I'm okay, I'm fine. I don't have time to get the bullet out. I don't have time to get it cleaned out and get stitches. It's not safe for me to stop. I have to keep going. And that's the case for so many people of all different ages, all different races, all different cultures, all different walks of life. And so when I say permission to be your new self, I want to acknowledge the fact that it may not be a safe time for you. And I want you to assess that for yourself, because sometimes you just have to endure the pain of it until you can have a safe exit strategy, right? Because maybe your abuser lives with you, and maybe you don't have any place else to go, right? So often victims are stuck and can't get the support they need because they still have to face the source of the trauma. And so asking yourself, checking in with yourself, can I allow this? Can I allow myself to embrace this new me? Can I allow myself to live in a way where I no longer have to pretend or delay my healing? Being honest with yourself, being true with yourself is the first sign that you are engaging in a healthy relationship with you, right? Earlier we talked about the responsibility to yourself to take care of you, And I hear a lot of clients say, I feel more comfortable with the monster I know than to go out there into the unknown. And that's fair. But if you start working on getting to know you, getting to know who you really are, instead of burying it and delaying it. Again, no one's with you 24/7. So taking advantage of that alone time to check in with yourself. Who am I? What do I like? What do I want to do? What are my choices? What are my options? What are my support systems looking like? Do I have support systems? For some people, you can start at a church. For some people, you can start at a hospital. For some people, you can start at your school. For some people, you can start with spending the night at a friend's house. Or maybe you do have a safe place, but you don't want to disrupt it with all of your old trauma, right? Like, I've been through too much. I don't want to mess this up. I've worked with a lot of veterans who tried unsuccessfully to hide their trauma, to hide their mental and emotional disorders, and not share anything with their spouses because they thought it was too horrible. They won't see me the same, right? And I've talked many times about the barriers to healing are always judgment, guilt, and shame. And that happens internally. You're judging yourself as unworthy, judging yourself as damaged, judging yourself as damaged goods or soiled or tainted or unworthy. Couldn't be further from the truth. Couldn't be further from the truth. You were born knowing better. You were taught other stuff. You should be ashamed of yourself. The thing that beats your heart doesn't discriminate. The thing that breathes your lungs doesn't discriminate. Wherever you are, your breath finds you. Wherever you are, your heartbeats find you, regardless of what you've done. If you're in solitary confinement, something is still breathing you unconditionally. And to me, that's the evidence of unconditional love. Like, it doesn't get better than that. That's unconditional love. So if something loves you enough to get your breaths to you every day, to get your heartbeats to you every day, no matter where you are and no matter what you've done, start there. Well, I'm not breathing myself. Are you breathing yourself? Because tell me about that. You're not. And you don't have a payment. You don't have to earn your next breath. You don't have to call up and say, hello, I'm going to be in jail for like 6 years. Can you send my breaths? No, it's done. You don't have to make arrangements for your breath. You don't have to make arrangements for your heartbeat. Something guarantees that it's done, regardless of who you are, regardless of where you are, regardless of what you've done. So if you're looking at other human beings to assess your worthiness for post-traumatic healing, stop it. If you're looking at someone else, comparing yourself to someone else, well, my trauma's not as bad as theirs. I didn't have it as bad as them. I didn't did this. You're the only you. You are the only you, like a precious snowflake that deserves to be embraced and loved and nurtured, regardless of what happened to you. You were born worthy of love and support. And if you can't find anyone who's willing to give it to you, start with your breath, because something is giving it to you. something is breathing you unconditionally. Something's beating your heart unconditionally. So in those in-between moments, just start there. Well, something knows where I am. Thank you, something, for breathing me. Call it whatever you want. I call it God. I call it universe. Call it whatever you want, but you're not breathing yourself. And so, looking for permission to embrace your new you. Start with where you are and assess what those steps might look like. Reach out, call someone, text someone, and you don't have to tell your whole story. You can simply say, I just wanted to hear your voice. But giving yourself permission to take any step toward embracing the new you starts with you. You have control over how you think. You have a responsibility to yourself and anything you care about to show up for you. And so, when we talk about empowering, personal empowerment, we're talking about personal control over how you think, how you feel, how you behave, and personal responsibility to yourself so that you can show up for the things and the people you care about. And embracing that new you, giving yourself permission to embrace that new you, it is the most powerful thing that you can do. And that's what post-traumatic freedom is about. And I want to thank you for your time and your permission and for being here with us. And I want to invite you to tune in to our website. Go to the website, Family Rocks, that's FamilyROCS.com, and find out about future classes, sign up for workshops, and just let us know what you'd like to hear from us, what classes you'd like to see happen. Thank you again for your time and attention. Love, hope, and healing to each and every one of you. See you soon.